recommendations and things on my thing to watch. And so, yeah, I watched the Fox News stuff about the hardliner guy that he's a CIA invention. When the guy, Raul, whatever, tells you about the CIA invention that they have, this guy was Monotna Begin. Uh, he was invented by genocide operations to invent a villain for all the heroes. Weren't you guys paying attention when you watched the fucking what's the name of that movie? Wakanda Forever, right? Weren't you paying attention? Were you taking notes, right? They tell you about themselves, right? You sit there watching, and General Jack Keane, and I don't care. He'd be sitting there, right, and he'd be like Kamala Harris, right? During the debates, Kamala Harris said, he's friends with Putin and all that, and they'll eat him up and all this stuff, and she's the setup girl. It's like watching, wow, women in professional wrestling, right? Some of them have penises, right? And that's also on women in professional wrestling, right? So you're sitting there and they're setting you up. And they're just going, okay, what's on the next episode? Okay, let's twist for it. What? If it has the white cream filling, we watch the whole thing tonight, and if it's not, we don't. And you go, well, that was really good, right? Snipers inside the crosshairs. See, it's just a setup. I like Guru too. Okay, so but guys, the thing is with the technology, like my son works on medical technology. And he has to explain to the engineers what the technology is doing, because my son does math better than engineers that make technology for people to maintain torture through the medical profession. Okay. Apple don't fall far from the tree. Patrick's a lot like his old man. Now he has to deal with the emotion of his mother, which was set up by the Pentagon to make it a very difficult relationship between myself and my son. That's why it was so important. Adam and Eve came to me in prayer, and they said, oh, that was a setup too. No, no. Look, it's very important to have children. Okay? It's very important to have a marriage and reproduce with a woman. If you don't reproduce with a woman, you die. Okay? I'm not Phil Muramitsu's book, right? Phil Muramitsu was a man who wrote Book for Eckankar, and the book, I can't remember what it was called, but it was, he sits there and he's tells you the story about he's this farmer, and this guy comes along like that dude from Iraq that they invented for the CIA, and kills his family and kills his wife and does all these horrible things. And you're sitting there, this is a horrible story. When's it ever going to get better? And at the end of the story, the master that put him into a cave and closed it up with bricks and everything like that is opening up the cave. And you're like, God, that sucks. What? He imagined in his whole life in meditation in a cave. It's trust, lies, transgressions. When are you going to stand up and not have all that shit happen so you can have Inagata Davida? He's still hiding in the cave. Oh, wow, I've read that surah too. But do you understand? Well, the surah of the cave has more to do with the Messiah's family during the apocalypse. The people that are hiding in the mythology and the old professional wrestling fantasy, and then the Messiah who is the Spirit of John from the prophecy of Joseph Smith. That dives into the bowels of hell and retrieves the key because it's from the Book of Revelation and so forth. Because he's talking to the guy from the Book of Revelation, and he's getting his take on it from his conversation that he had with the Spirit of the Father. Looks like Son of Man. Son of Man, Son of Man. People say I haven't shaved and everything because I had a crack. That little fiberglass shower I have in there. The bottom, the bottom was getting. I stepped on it. I was like, "What's that?" Oh shit! I didn't want to feel it, but there's a crack in it, so I got some caulking, some weather strip caulking from the shed and caulked the crack, and I'll just step around it gently when I take a shower, just be more gentle on it because it's getting older. And because I don't want to go to fucking Home Depot and Lowe's and do another fucking project. Okay, if I can take a shower in there and just use the plastic tub to do instead of going in there and getting a porcelain tub and stuff. I don't feel like feeding these assholes economies. I feel like survive, stop, eliminate, abuse, recover. I want to get to recovery today. I'm not waiting on a bunch of assholes, and I'm not giving them more options to fuck me in the head until they get where they want to be. I don't give a fuck where they want to be. I don't give a fuck where General Jack Keane, and I don't care, want to be. I don't care what Raul is doing. He's a CIA puppet show hostess, you know. This is a song that never ends. Yes, it goes on. Charlie Horse, stop that. It's here. Okay, here comes Charlie Horse starts singing it, and then there's Hush Puppy and Lamb Chops. Some people it was Patrick's favorite. Started singing it with knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. Yeah, Steffi used to watch it with them. Yeah. So they liked it the best when they could get the greatest Glenn Yarbrough songs with a bunch of people in cartoon voice talking about a book. That's what it is. It's The Hobbit, yeah. It's Glenn Yarbrough songs with a bunch of people voicing cartoons about a book. It's not the book itself. It's a cartoon. It's a condensed version of the book with a bunch of people speaking for cartoon figures with Glenn Yarbrough songs called The Hobbit. Okay. It's quite charming. Yeah. Not all Glenn Yarbrough songs. Some of the songs are also, they got these birds, these guys with deep voices, they had these and had no wings. Oh, what will we do with the funny little things? And then they had the other guys pretending to be elves in the valley, ha ha, right? But my personal favorites are the Glenn Yarbrough songs. You know, the greatest adventure just lies ahead, and Roads. I think I like Roads better than the greatest adventure. Anybody else like that song too? Roads go ever, ever on over rock and under tree. Yeah. And never see the sea. And yeah, it's just a good song. It's a good tone. Yeah, it's quite charming, quite poetic, right? Well, it's Radkin and Bass, you know. They had lots of songs. They wrote lots of songs. Yeah. Santa Claus, oh, you better not cry. You better not pout. You better not. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to your. Vato Claus is coming to your house. Matt, the little Mormon, he wrote things. He goes, no, you need to market Vato Claus. You will be rich and famous. It's like, I'm not Mexican. Everybody thinks I'm Mexican, but I'm not. You still need to do Vato Claus. Anthony still wants him to come back. I wonder if Anthony has kids. Yeah, Uncle Earl's going to come be Vato Claus. Orale! I mean, ho, ho, ho. Who knew Santa was a pimp? Everybody. You see his ride? He pimped his ride, man. Like, I love Vato Claus. He's funny, right? Santa Claus took him to the barrio, but it got jacked up, so Vato Claus took over. It takes a lot longer. It's after tax season, which saves money for all the chivatos and chivatas mommies, right? Mommies and papas, you know what I mean? So, orale, I mean, ho, 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 right? I'm sorry. But yeah, so it's funny. Oh no, Vato Claus is the best. Vato Claus is smart. He's Pensamos Primeros homes. We celebrate New Mexico when we want to, and it's always after we get the check from the IRS. So we don't have Christmas bills. We get it from government refunds. Orale! The smartest freaking Claus in all of Vatoville, man. That's what I did with my nephews. Because in the military, you celebrate Christmas when they come home, right? So we just made our own. We made it after tax refund season. So you wouldn't build up any bills from them saying, this kid just got to have it. Like Patrick, it was hilarious, you know. Every time Corey would get a new video game, I would sit and he'd look at me and goes, yeah, in 2 years when it comes down on discount at Toys R Us, this is going to be my video game system. Yeah. He knew he'd play at Corey's, and he would get one 2 years when they went on the, you know, when the new ones came in, when they knew to roll the new cards on the lot, and they say, okay, get rid of all the old stuff. Okay, Pat, that's $30. That's $5. That's $2. Okay, now we're playing. Okay. He knew he had to wait 2 years. And at Corey's, him and Corey used to sit there, man, they used to play Harvest Moon for like 36 hours straight. Just going there and remember they had me and Punchy because when we lived with Punchy, and then Punchy would buy all the stuff right away, like Teresa and Punchy always did. And so we'd play it, but the kids, Dad. So me and Punchy would order pizza, and we'd, no, you got to jump when no, you're going to hit the thing. No, hey, look, this one, you can go right back, then you don't have to get through it. Okay, cool. What, and we would, we Donkey Kong and Mario. Dad. Me and pizza. Okay. And Patricia get mad at us. Where's dinner? We ordered a pizza. Oh, goddamn. Did you the new goddamn video game? Yeah. The kids want to get to the next level. The kids want to get to the next level. Right. No, it's funny. We'd be in there for hours. No, you got to jump in. No, you're timing it wrong. It's funny. Oh, King K. Rool, right? Oh, that was funny. It was me, Corey, and Patrick, and Punchy. Yes, they're playing Donkey Kong and Mario for Super Mario World and Donkey Kong. Hours. No. This was shit. Don't you hate that? You got to time it just right. I know, but I keep missing it. So, you know which one really pissed me off was the Tiny Toons. I even made up a song to it, and it really pisses me off. It really pissed me off. It really pisses me off. It was to the tune. It really pisses me off. I said ticks me off because I had Patrick and Amir and Jose in there, and they were 7-year-olds. So I said it really ticks me off. But in real life, it pissed me off. This is really pissing me the fuck off. But I didn't say that because I had school-age children, that would repeat what was said. So it ticks me off. Video games, right? It's to keep people in a certain kind of mind thing, risk reward factors, win, champion, win, right? Okay. Harvest Moon. It's 36 hours. You meet a girl, you get wood. You don't have to buy wood. It grows in the forest. But and so you'd go and that's what they would do. It was like Sims and all that. Yeah, Corey and Pat. It's like, how do you guys do that? It's the only place you can. Otherwise, now you have to get a tiny home, keep a girlfriend that's on birth control, and oh, son of a bitch, I didn't even see it or feel it coming. Well, because I was born in 1966, and Corey was born in 88, and Patrick was born in 91. Child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but we are being programmed, and I was way behind on the programming. They tried to catch me up or torture me if I didn't assimilate. So I said, fuck that, because life's eternal, His grace is infinite, and the Lord's Prayer is better than the fucked up shit in your head from the Wi-Fi. Lord's Prayer is better than the fucked up shit from the head from the Wi-Fi. And that's why my life story is in so many documents about religion and not dictation and legislation. I was watching the beginning of Count of Monte Cristo. But I was with Count Mondego. I was like, no, put the gun away. Okay, run at them screaming and yelling, saying help, in English, but do not shoot and do not give them any excuse to shoot. Be vulnerable. I'm a little lamb that's lost, and you never get any kind of an aggression. You're thinking too much like a dude. Don't do anything aggressive with a bunch of people that are trained to be aggressive. They'll see it as an opportunity to fight because it's live free or die. It's fucking crazy. What I was telling you the other day about the guy on the bridge in the Sicario movies, well, that's what you get with the little Menachem Begin clone in Iran, right? And either Kamala Harris, is she part of the plan? I think they can program people like they're programming a video game, and everybody that's too smart to study and too cute to care thinks that they're not getting programmed. Yeah. KAT. I'm out of here. I know there's 2 T's, right? Imbecilin. Okay, right. Everybody that's too smart to study and too cute to care, too smart for school, they've got it all figured out. It just so happens that my life story is in the book of Revelation, and I'm the source of faithful communication and will not waver. Lord's Prayer, or I'm okay. Patrick will tell the engineers what the technology is doing, right? Okay. It's really hard to fix their technology. I can't hands on it. I don't drive around in a pickup truck around the state of Indiana fixing, and that's a isolated piece of equipment. That's a Tesla hanging above a place in El Paso telling you when you're going to die from your chemical poisoning, but not telling you why you're dying from your chemical poisoning. Here's what's happening with the weather. Why is the weather happening like that? Oh, damn it. Harps me this and harps me that. Wakanda forever. Okay, do you understand? Okay. Who, what, when, where, why? Lord's Prayer forever. I'm your guy. I'm your guy. The dude from the book of Revelation. It's me. Looks like Son of Man. Yes, I do. I'm 60, sons of bitches. Okay. If Jesus, the whole thing, they show you and it looks like, I do not look like Mel Brooks. No. Even Mel Brooks will tell you, no, Parsons was always, his dad looks like a movie star and his mom looks like a cross between Maureen O'Hara and Barbra Streisand. He was always physically cuter than me. I tell jokes, get paid a lot of money for it. That kid needs no tip, right? Here's your stupid paper. I like Mel Brooks. He's funny, right? Young Frankenstein, hilarious, right? Funny. Okay. Everybody in their right mind, when we're stuck in hell, hope for the best, expect the worst, likes Mel Brooks, right? They're dumb, right? I'll blow his head off. Okay. That's Richard Pryor. I know that's Richard Pryor, but Mel Brooks was like, let's get Richard in here and make it even funnier, right? Share the funny, right? We all got to get paid because no one's living the Lord's Prayer. I happen to be the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. So we don't need to get paid to get laid. Hallelujah, brother. Food around the corner. For the best, expect the worst. Not true. We have artificial general intelligence and quantum computing. It's worldwide. It's global. Even though Donald Trump and all his army, fuck me, fuck you buddies are, twins, Basil, are blowing up all the data centers in Iran set up by the Chinese to give them better, It's basically, this is Kwajalein. That's Guam. Okay. We're empire building. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Biggest dickest. God dang, you people are dumb. Okay. If I read to you real slow, will you be able to figure out in the book what is comic and what is not? Faith based on reality. Thanks, Brian Regan. Okay. I've heard what comes out. There's not going to be any prizes or anything if there's a hair in your food. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. Hooked on Phonics worked for me, right? Shit. Oh, I really like Brian Regan. He's funny. Okay. He's a good kid, too. I'm connected to him in prayer. It was brief because it's scary. Well, he's the Messiah, and people try to kill him and act like he doesn't exist. And that corporation I was raised in, those people really want him dead. Yeah. They want to continue Real Housewives of Real Lives of Real House of Mormon lives, but they don't want to live the Lord's Prayer. That's pretty crazy. Hey, Gordon B. Hinckley's pissed. I turned down more sex in junior high than he got offered his whole life. And anybody that watches us too, because look at my videos, is an older man and watch his, you're going to go right off into sunset. Like, he's Magoo. He's kind of a nerd. Yeah. No, I get it. He's Magoo. He's not a good jock. He's not attractive. He can't sing. He can't act. And he can't dance. Oh, I could act. Thespians always tried to give me act. Earl, you'd be an amazing actor. Yeah, my son did. Yeah. I understand that. Are you kidding? No, guys, no. I'm because you have to do that in order to get people that are abusive and in positions of power, authority. You have to be convincing to. No, I don't know where, Miss. No, you have to be very good at, Okay, shit, we almost got caught, right? So you have to be very good at. No, that's not happening. Just, okay, what's happening? So you have to be very good at when people believe their own lies and they believe themselves as power and authority and they're delusional, when you're like in the military, you have to protect people from their abuse. When they come in, it's like, oh, Vic, what happened? Okay, here we go. Okay, here's the plan. Okay, here's the situation, right? So you have to be a very good thespian, you know. And not only that, and there are some decent people in the military sometimes. Like when me and Rodan, to entertain the troops, were doing Muppet sex sexcapades, echoing through the shower, and had the girls laughing so hard they almost peed themselves. Oh, Kermie! Oh, you know, it was funny. And of course, they have the surveillance equipment, so the colonel comes up, and we're doing Muppet sex. It's like they're Martini's grinning, and the colonel's that's pretty funny. It's like, oh, it's nice to be able to entertain the troops. And the general and the sergeant are part of the troops, right? Woo! Don't worry. Basic military training crappy. It still is. It always will be. It always will be. You know, getting together to mass murder for the manipulation through money for a complete fucking asshole who needs prostitution to be Pimp Daddy Nash and HNIC. We suck again! We never stopped sucking. Okay, we didn't stop sucking when Jesus was crucified. The suck continued. Okay? Exodus, the suck continued. We didn't stop the suck. We just migrated away from the suck. Can you understand? It's not we suck again. It's like, I always tell people, I'm a history major, yo. No, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, they got it all wrong. Wake up, everybody. The world has changed. No, that was a pocket. Inagata Devita is a little pocket. Okay, and the more the sin of I'm God, I'm Valhalla spreads, you know, we go to the moon, and here comes here comes Neil Armstrong, and we're still walking, right? So it's not we suck again. It's like, for the most part, most human beings that act like animals and have no time for faithful communication, no time for reflection, no time for, humility, no time for love. Okay. The Garden of Eden is a small pocket. It's not the large group of... It's Mel Brooks' movie. Our ancestors. Caveman. John Matuszak. Barbara Bach. Help, Dennis Quaid, my best friend. It's me, Ringo Starr. Where's Shelley Long? I think she passed. Did she pass away? She went to a bar in Massachusetts. Think I'm going back, and was never heard from us in the cave land of man days again. Oh. Everybody wants to be a cat, right? Okay, do you understand? Everybody knows a cat knows where it's at, right? Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley the Alley. I got that wanderlust. No, I don't think anything's going to happen with any of the celebrities and stuff like that. I'm more focused on making sure that my baby's mamas are okay and survive this. That's why I'm going through so much physical, mental, and emotional. Guys, if it was just about me, I would be under 200 pounds right now, right around 10% body fat. Anytime any of the chemicals come up in here, I would exit them quickly and efficiently, because I would have been eating salads and doing meditation and doing exercises hour a day, 5 days a week. If it was just about me, if there was no Emily, there was no Kate, there was no Crumb, and there was no Natty and Noah, and there was no Patrick, and there was no Steffi, and there was no Amy, and there was no Rocky, and there was no Rocky's kids, and there was no Law with asthma, all stuck in the cities, focusing on me and my life and my money and my career and my degree and my friends and my family and my, me. Lord's Prayer. So trying to carry people through hell. The one with Justin Nail, who did not like me at all, thought I was a pervert and a literal child molester, like the assholes at NASA and Homeland Security and at FBI and the CIA and NSA and all those assholes that have virtual we saw it on Shades of Blue. Okay, I might have some kind of a functional relationship with Max and Emmy's mommy in the future. I don't know how functional or dysfunctional. Right now it's exceedingly dysfunctional. But I do concede that there is a possibility, because of the mind fucking and the connection psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, that we might have some kind of a sustained relationship of mutual dignity, regard, and respect in the future. That's entirely tangible. Yes, with Jenny Lenny Lopez. That's probable. I don't know how comfortable it would be for her. For me, she has all the things I said I could have if I focused only on myself. And she's 3 years younger than me. It's going to take me about 2 years to recover from being tortured and abused by her business partners because they consider all the people in my life that were tortured with me not worthy of existence because they're not part of the great plan, because they don't follow the program like they should. They can't compete. My wives are cute, but they can't compete with Jennifer Lopez physiologically, psychologically, and triathlon. My wife's ain't going to run a triathlon to keep up with all the mass murderers in the military who are the, America's best. They're just not. And so they don't deserve to live. They can't hack it on a Damny Amendola and a Pussycat show. Just live the Lord's Prayer and we'll see who does well and who doesn't. Who commits suicide because they can't compete and be the star of the story I know so well. And I'm the best fucker for all the money and fucking them. And you can win real cash with these assholes winning games for entertainment to hold necessities hostage for assholes. I'm fixing your technology, trust me. I am way better than any of the assholes that come up with the technology for the genocidal operations that have their heads so firmly entrenched up their ass that they may never be able to pull it out and it may never happen at all. Okay, guys, I love you. Isaac Asimov, he ain't got no pull here. George Orwell, scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. Baby, I'm for real. Right? Baby, baby. You don't have to go. I want to talk with you just a little more. I'll talk you through this if you can get through this. If you can't get through this anonymously, well, then I'm Dwayne from Tack Room Bible Talk, and there'll be a million of us assholes all debating a comic book and then using it to pay our bills till Jesus comes from the sky with Norman Greenbaum. I gave all I could on that basketball court, but I just suck at basketball and we couldn't win. Oh no, if they had came and put me in, Boston would have won another fucking banner, but who gives a shit? We're still getting fucked and not living the Lord's Prayer. Okay, peace.